Minnesota Vikings. DeBoer praised Nicholson's abilities early during preseason camp. He said, I like his mindset. He said he's a very confident guy. Alabama opens its 2024 season against Western Kentucky on August 31st at Bryant-Denny Stadium. That is a wrap for me here on Daybreak Live. We appreciate so much you joining us. Don't forget high school football tonight. We'll be at Legion Stadium here in Sylacauga. Kick 7 o'clock pregame, 6:30. B.B. Comer hosting Wadley. And our WOTM game back at Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Vestavia Hills. And they'll kick that game off at 7 o'clock as well tonight. Till next time, God bless you. God bless America. Stay safe, everyone.
Rise and shine, everyone. It's 7:30 on your Friday morning, August the 23rd. So on Fridays, we are fortunate enough to learn about Alabama Cares, Cares for Caregivers. And this has been great information every Friday, and I know our viewers are very appreciative. I can't talk this morning. It's Friday though. Let's do the Friday dance. So appreciative of the information that they are given on Fridays and every day here on Rise and Shine. So on Fridays we get to visit with our friend Ellen Hurst, and she has brought in a co-worker of hers, Summer McNeil. So we are going to talk about ombudsman. And if you don't know that word, that's okay, because neither do I. But Summer is going to tell us all about it. So welcome, ladies. How are you?
Great this morning.
Good, yes. Hi, Ellen.
Hey, it's Friday.
Hi, it's Friday.
Yes.
We got to do our Friday dance.
Our normal Friday dance.
Maybe I won't be so tongue-tied for the rest of the day.
It's okay.
It's early, and it's been a wonderful, but a very long week.
It has.
It has. We started off, can you believe the JSU thing was only this Monday?
I know.
Right?
Wow.
Of this week? It feels like it was like last week.
And you know, the days are getting shorter too.
They are.
I noticed that this morning. That's what it is, I think, because I noticed that the other day. I was like, yeah, kind of weird, strange.
Trying to pack in so much in such a short amount of time.
Earlier,
I know. So, Summer, I don't know if you are aware, but the JSU thing we're talking about on Monday nights is a show that we're getting to do with TV24 with Eli Gold and Coach Rich Rodriguez and Bill Bubba Bussey, and it's going to be so fun. So make sure you tune into that. And if you want to know more, go on and check out Ellen's newscast last night. So I got to give that a little bit. And then let's get into why we're here this morning. We are here to talk about Alabama Cares. We are here to give any information that is beneficial to our viewers on care for caregivers and all of the exceptional work that you ladies and all of your team does there at Alabama Cares. And I have personally been able to share this information with loved ones of mine who live in the 10 counties that you cover, who are experiencing situations where they're, my mother-in-law needs to come live with us, but the transition is going to be a challenge. And I'm like, hey, guess what? There's help for that. You don't have to do that alone.
East Alabama, we do a lot of stuff. And that's why I asked Summer to come. She was like, well.
You agree.
Yes, I did. But she's great at what she does. And I just think that ombudsman, when I speak to kids and stuff, I always say, it's a funny name, But a lot of people don't realize what all that an ombudsman does. I mean, they think it's just the bad part. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted her to come today and to tell everybody about all the great, wonderful things that her program does.
Well, I personally don't know about the good or the bad. So let's dive into it. Tell us, Summer, what is ombudsman?
Well, a lot of people don't know that word, and it's a Swedish word, ombudsman, that means advocate. Okay. So basically what we do is we advocate for residents in long-term care facilities. So we handle nursing homes, assisted livings, and specialty care assisted livings, which is memory care, people with dementia. We have 68 facilities altogether in our 10-county region. So we have 30 nursing homes and 68 of the residential care communities.
Oh, wow, that's
Yes.
a lot.
It is. There's 4 of us. We have a great team.
Oh, 4 of you in how many facilities?
68. So, but we're basically just advocates. We go in every quarter and do routine visits, just go around, talk to the residents, ask them, is everything going okay? They have resident rights, so we're there to make sure that their rights are being met and that they're receiving the care that they deserve, really. It's all ages, that's in nursing homes nowadays, so that presents challenges in itself. But during our routine visits, we just go around and ask if they're being cared for, if their rights are being met. We handle complaints, so sometimes we get complaints during those routine visits of we're having too many tomato products, or it could be a legitimate, like they're not turning me, or they're not answering the call lights, things to that nature. And we handle all of them, from when we try to make their stay in those facilities, because that's their home. That's their home.
Don't you take complaints though from family members?
Yes, we can take a complaint
because you're kind of looked at as kind of like the liaison, right, between the family and the state, kind of like yeah.
We do take complaints by phone from anybody. It could be a staff member in a facility if they're concerned with the care of a resident. It could be a family member, friend, just a visitor that noticed something when they were there and they called us. We do get calls sometimes from the facility or from staff regarding their business practices within the facility, and that's not something we handle. We handle only resident issues.
You could maybe give them another resource if someone
Absolutely.
calls in. You've been doing this for quite some time.
I have.
How many years?
I was certified as an ombudsman in 2016, so it's been 8 years.
Wow.
There was 2 years where I left and worked for another program, which we're going to discuss in a moment, during that time frame, but I was still a backup ombudsman. So, if there was an issue, I could still handle that. And one of Ellen's staff members, Lana, she's one of our backup ombudsmen. So, we're all kind of tie in, and just in case all of us are out in the field, gone to a conference, whatever, Lana can handle calls if we need that to happen.
And when we go to, what's so great about East Alabama Planning Commission's Area Agency on Aging, the Aging Department, is even though my program, the Alabama Cares program, is different than the Ombudsman program.
Absolutely.
Ombudsman is different from Teresa's program that came and spoke to us. All of our programs are so different, but we work so good together. And when there's health fairs and we can't be at 5 places at one time, we'll say, "Oh, can you bring my stuff to can you bring my brochures or whatever?" And they'll talk about our program. We talk about theirs. We're big about getting the word out to everyone. And the Ombudsman program, they work really hard. They're always out in the communities. My goodness, they go to Heritage's festivals on Saturdays. And,
we do.
I'm so proud of all the people I work with because they all have such servant hearts, and they're they don't have to go out there on Saturdays, And I know Michael, our director, always brags on all of us, but I have to brag on you guys too. I feel I'm honored and very blessed that I am part of that team.
Yeah.
And we do. We have a lot of different aspects of our job, and one of them is community education that we have required. Each of the ombudsmen, I'm the supervisor, so I don't have as many requirements because of what I do behind the scenes, but they have to do 3 community educations every quarter, 3 nursing home educations every quarter, 1 assisted living education every quarter. So that's part of our requirements.
What does that look like?
Well, community educations can be going to health fairs, handing out information. Of course, we talk about our program. We do talk about all the programs because we want everybody to know about the resources that we have. Our boss Michael says we're the best kept secret in the area because
we're trying to get it out.
Exactly,
though. Michael, we're working on it.
Yes. There's so many programs that could help people. CARES is one that we speak a lot on because there's so many people with dementia that people just need help, and then the grandparents that have custody of grandchildren. So we speak of her program a lot. The prescription assistance, that's a big one for anybody, because medicines are so expensive. The way the community, the economy is.
Then Teresa's program.
Oh yeah, with
the SHIP program.
the Medicare assistance.
Yeah, there's so many different
Yes.
moving parts, and then
There
it
you
like,
go.
all
we
works
do,
so well
like
together.
the Community Health Series, that we film too. And then we also do I have a conference coming up in November, and then we have, the Dementia Friendly Business thing coming up in September. Well, she does those things too.
Yes, I do.
So Summer and her team do that as well. So there's a lot of different kinds of education, different ways you can get that education out.
Absolutely. We did a conference in April, and it was just different aspects of what we do and things that we've encountered, from sexuality in the nursing home, LGBTQ, things like that we're seeing and we're having to integrate. So it was just things that we were able to bring a conference together and have people come in, get CEUs, and learn about it. But that's one of our community educations. We also do go to churches. We go wherever people will listen to us, honestly. And then our educations in the facilities, it can be as easy as talking to some, their administrator, director of nursing, things like that, about the Gateway program or about resident councils or about something that's going on at the time, or we can address the entire staff. And we have gone and spent, one of our facilities, we go the whole day, and they do a round robin. So their staff comes throughout the day during times that they can get away from their duties, and they come out and we talk to them in small group. That's something that kind of got started with COVID, because we had to kind of make changes, where we didn't have so many people at once, which that's resolving, but they really have liked that, and so we've continued it in that facility.
I have to say, when you were talking about the time that you've been there and what you've done, was one of the things that came to my mind is, how did that change and increase your workload during COVID?
Oh, she had, we all had, it was very trying times.
Yes.
And we all did. Our caregivers, like I said, the providers that we have contracts with that were going into the home to provide respite. Those workers, everything shut down, and then here's the caregiver stuck at home. It was this big thing. But the ombudsman really had issues, because their facilities, they wouldn't allow anybody in, so the ombudsman couldn't even go in.
Yeah.
We did a lot via phone and email the best we could, handle complaints that way. Zoom calls, technology become a big thing at that time. Ever since then, webinars and Zoom calls are just
But not
what we
all
do.
of your clients that are in a nursing home are great at technology necessarily.
Absolutely. And
Exactly.
Are aware of it, or have ever
our
even had an
seniors,
interest in it.
Exactly.
Yes.
And some of our social workers, things like that, would take a tablet to them, an iPad or something to them, and allow us to talk to them, or we just talk to them over the phone, do conference calls if that's what we had to do. We did what we had to do it during that time.
Did you get a lot more complaints during COVID than you did normally, or did it stay about the same?
I think it was about the same.
About the
as the
same?
family couldn't get in, but then the families were concerned about what the residents were telling them. So, it did.
And the social isolation of all that is what I know that was such a big issue, because those poor people, the highlight of their day, their week was their family coming to see them, and then all of a sudden they're stuck in that room, and and they see the same nurse. It's not the same.
Right. Or even the activities during the day that they go to, or going to the dining room and socialize with others, all that stopped.
Yeah.
They had to stay in their room with the door closed for a while.
Yeah. It was a scary
Which
time.
deals
It
with
was a
mental
scary
health
time.
issues.
Oh, yeah,
and
for
all that,
sure.
Yeah, and we're still seeing that aftermath, truly, of those things. And I know that your team is working hard to combat those things with it.
Absolutely.
So we have so much more to talk about. We've got to go to a quick break right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're going to talk more with Alabama Cares, and we're going to learn more about the Ombudsman program. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
From TV24, partnered with the Anniston Star, I'm Lacey Klontz with your news update. 3 on a String will perform at Talladega's historic Ritz Theater tonight for a special fundraising concert for the United Way of North Talladega County. The show will begin at 7 o'clock p.m. and tickets may be purchased through the Ritz box office. Tickets are $35, with proceeds benefiting the United Way's 5th annual community bed build on Saturday, September 14th in the parking lot of the Chamber of Commerce at 8:30 a.m. Check-in and registration open at 8 o'clock a.m. Imagine a clothing emporium with collections of carefully used garments, some never worn at all, up for grabs for anyone who needs them. This is the organizational premise for the clothing giveaway, sponsored each year by members of St. Simon Peter Episcopal Church in Pell City. This year's event will be held tomorrow, Saturday, August 24th. The entire parish hall will become a great big shopping area, set with tables of great things almost anyone could need for any season or size. And the best surprise of all, other than finding something you or a family member or friend could really use, is there is no cost. For more news stories like these, plus weather and sports, tune in tonight to the TV24 News, proudly partnered with the Anniston Star. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Rise and shine and welcome back. It is Friday, August the 23rd. I had to remind myself, 7:47 in the morning. So welcome back. We are visiting, as we do every Friday, with Alabama Cares. So we have Ellen Hurst with us, and we have Summer McNeil. She is with the Ombudsman program. So welcome back, and let's dive back into it. Now we've kind of seen like who can benefit from the services. Right. Let's talk about how to get involved in an Ombudsman program.
As an ombudsman, we have the 1-800-H-LINE number with our agency.
And you know that? She knows that.
Oh,
number.
yeah. And I have passed that number along to so many, and so happily so. It's amazing as you start talking about these things. Like, this is something before Ellen started coming on our morning show. That's not something that was ever really top of mind with me, you know, caregiving. But since then, I have gotten to tell this phone number, 1-800-AGE-LINE, to so many people, and I'm so grateful for that. So thank you.
And I also do want you to talk about the volunteer too.
Yes, I will. Yes,
Yes.
I got other things that we cover as well. Yes, but the as far as calling the age line number, of course it goes into our little resource area, and then they just transfer people to us. They don't take a lot of information due to the nature of what we do and the confidentiality in it. They just usually pass it on to our voicemails for me and my team to handle. So we do get that. We've had people email us. We do have a Facebook page that is, of course, it's EARPDC, Long-Term Care Ombudsman. We've had people message us that way. Not very many, but we do get those every once in a while. But we prefer it coming in through the age line. That way we can track it and make sure that it's coming in. And
you've got a lot of things to keep up with, and there's not very many of you, so being organized, I'm sure, is
especially working 10 counties. My goodness,
yeah, it is.
It gets to be a lot.
It does. It does.
So you have to stay organized, and tracking that information is so important.
Absolutely, and we do other things. Like I said, we do handle the complaints. When we do receive those, we try to contact and get in touch via phone. If we can't get out immediately, we do try to get out within a few days to handle those based on the severity of the complaint. And the person has to be in the facility at the time that we go visit them for us to be able to do anything. Oh, sorry. If they're in the hospital, we have to wait till they get back. Or if they have passed, then that's kind of out of our hands, and we have to refer to the Department of Public Health because they're the licensing agencies for the facilities. And so if there's and also if we get a complaint of abuse, neglect, exploitation, we do refer those to the state ombudsman to be sent to the Department of Public Health. Those are, of course, a little more involved than if we get one, just have a lost nightgown or something like that. We do get those, and we do handle that. I mean, just as we would anything else.
And like you said, don't like tomatoes. Or
I mean, we get all kinds. They give us too many tomato products. Okay, well, and then some people, that's based on their medical issues. If they have ulcers or something like that, that could bother them. So
dietary needs are really important. Do you get a pretty good amount of calls on dietary situations?
People just don't like the food, or they'll tell us. Well, that was one. We've had one that they wanted oxtail, which was unusual, but it was the type of where they were located. It was kind of for that area would be something. And you got to think we're dealing with people of all ages. We have people in the 20s in the nursing home based on if they had
cognitive
cognitive, or it could be wrecks, drug use. It could be that they were born with congenital illness, or just they don't have a caregiver, somebody take care of them at home. So we do from 20s to hundreds. Over this. Over 100, we have some in the nursing home. So it's a variety of what they want. And most nursing homes, they're able to make concessions and help them out.
Everybody's not the same.
No.
People are raised different, have different backgrounds, different culture, different experiences.
Exactly. And, here in the South, we season our food differently. At home. And so when they get into the facility, they have to be a little more bland.
Health
the salts. They have dietary requirements.
Flexible on their flavor preferences.
Yes. And so a lot of people just don't like that. And and I always tell them, I know they don't cook like you would cook at home, but we'll see what we can do.
You have to slip some hot sauce in.
Right. And we do have people that right. And I have seen that the family members bringing in pepper sauce or hot sauce or whatever, and they'll keep it in their room and add it to their food.
But that's their right.
It is, absolutely. So they do have rights. And resident rights is a big thing that we push. October is Resident Rights Month, thinking of that coming up.
Cool.
So some of the facilities ask us to come speak during that time. We do go and speak at resident council meetings, which is a council of the residents, for them to speak out on anything that they have going on. And all nursing homes have a resident council. There are family councils. A lot of nursing homes don't have those, just for family participation isn't great, or they'll have them quarterly and not monthly like the resident councils. There's a big push right now, and we have created some little push cards and posters. We just picked them up this week. That goes into our assisted livings and specialty care assisted livings because they don't have them. And it's kind of a big push for the residents to have that aspect, being able to speak up. So we can help in the process of creating one if they wish us to help. So we're doing a lot of push right now on getting these push cards out to the facilities, the assisted livings and specialty care assisted livings, so that they can, the families can see these, like have them sit out somewhere on like a common area.
It's so awesome that they go out, and people don't realize that you guys are in those facilities all the time.
Right.
Because I know that I've had family members in the nursing home, and I remember going in, and there were some people, and I'd go at different times of the day, so I didn't go at the same time all the time.
Right.
But each time I went, there was like one particular lady I remember. She never ever had family come visit her.
There's a lot of those.
Yes, and I think that's just so wonderful, and it's because I know they all have just most wonderful hearts, and it makes me feel good to know that in our 10-county region that you guys are out there and you're aware of all of that. And if there is something going on because that resident doesn't have a family just because they don't have a family member doesn't mean that nobody's watching it.
Right, absolutely. And that's part of what our volunteer program is for. It was a Friendly Face volunteer program is what it was called, and it was mainly to have people volunteer that we would train to kind of watch out for the things that we watch out for. And then they would go we would kind of pair them up with somebody that didn't have a loved one that come to visit them. Just through COVID, we lost all of our volunteers. Yeah. So, that's a big push right now. We're trying to get volunteers in. We have a couple.
Come back.
Yes, come back. We have.
If you're retired, you need something to do.
Right. Yes, and it's just 18 or older, have to pass a background check. So that's something we have to do. There are some changes going on in our volunteer program that's federal. So it looks like we're certified. We have to go, we're educated on the job for a time frame, and then we have to go to the state and do training and get certified through them. Well, they're looking at having to certify our volunteers.
How wonderful is that?
It is great. It is wonderful. And of course they would be volunteers, so there wouldn't be pay, but we are looking at maybe ways of compensating otherwise.
And then they would get training that's free that they would have.
You can take that on.
Yeah, to take on.
Yes, for sure. And we've even considered partnering with possible colleges or something like that. So we're looking and just kind of throwing away some ideas, social work programs,
that would be awesome.
maybe nursing programs, things like that. Just people.
Yeah, nursing and social work would be perfect because that gives those kids some experience.
It does.
Under their and something they could put on the resume.
Exactly.
We're certified. You know what I mean? So that would be.
Yeah, Gadsden State would be a really great place to go
right.
through.
And we had considered that for sure.
Jack State, all the universities around here, Talladega College,
and we do cover the 10 counties. So we do have colleges throughout the Talladega College. We have Southern Union,
CAC.
CAC. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. Down in Alexander City. So that's just something we're throwing around ideas on.
And also, students could really benefit from visiting with their elders. I think there's a little breakdown there because of technology.
It humbles you a little bit too.
Do it?
It humbles you a little bit too.
It does, and and I think a lot of people's perception of nursing homes, of the way they were 20, 30 years ago, maybe, people don't want to go to nursing homes. They have this idea that it's this nasty, stinky place, and they're just not like that. With our resident rights,
they're just put in there to just live out their last days and just to be forgotten about. But
it's not like most people I hear talk about nursing homes. It's not like that if you actually go in and see. And the regulations that's come to pass since the beginning of the Ombudsman, which was 1987, right?
I think so.
Older American Act.
Older American Act, yes.
And so since that time, that's where the regulations came in. And so, people before that I can't attest to. I mean, I'm not much older than that. So, I can attest to that. But I know now, if we go in as Ombudsman, we're doing a routine visit, if we smell a smell
We'll say something.
We say something, yes, because that's
That's
against the regulations.
acceptable.
That's not.
It's not.
And there are advocates out there for you, and that is with the Ombudsman program. So we've got more to learn. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
Looking for unbeatable deals? Look no further than Shop 24, your go-to spot for incredible discounts and savings. From local dining and entertainment to grocery stores and everything you need, we've got deals you won't find anywhere else. But hurry, these hot deals are limited and going fast. Grab your phone and call now. Don't let these savings slip away. Join me, Kip Chappell, on Shop 24 every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in to save big with Shop 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
From TV 24, partnered with the Anniston Star, I'm Lacey Klontz with your news update. 3 on a String will perform at Talladega's historic Ritz Theater tonight for a special fundraising concert for the United Way of North Talladega County. The show will begin at 7 o'clock p.m. and tickets may be purchased through the Ritz box office. Tickets are $35, with proceeds benefiting the United Way's 5th annual community bed build on Saturday, September 14th in the parking lot of the Chamber of Commerce at 8:30 a.m. Check-in and registration open at 8 o'clock a.m. Imagine a clothing emporium with collections of carefully used garments, some never worn at all, up for grabs for anyone who needs them. This is the organizational premise for the clothing giveaway sponsored each year by members of St. Simon Peter Episcopal Church in Pell City. This year's event will be held tomorrow, Saturday, August 24th. The entire parish hall will become a great big shopping area, set with tables of great things almost anyone could need for any season or size. And the best surprise of all, other than finding something you or a family member or friend could really use, is there is no cost. For more news stories like these, plus weather and sports, tune in tonight to the TV 24 News, proudly partnered with the Anniston Star. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. It's 8 o'clock on your Friday morning, August the 23rd. We've got a lot to discuss, and I am learning so much, and I know you are as well. So thank you for being here this morning with us, Summer, and all that you do for our community. As Ellen said earlier, you have to have such a heart for this, and so thank you for sharing your kind heart with our communities and the 10 counties that you cover. compassion fatigue, does that ever set in? Do you ever experience that? I mean, yeah, I'm seeing that Ellen is resonating with that.
I would say anybody in our field will have it at some point in time, honestly. I mean, and it just depends. And I think it comes and goes. You know, you just have really busy times, and then it might
and you're overwhelmed, and you just feel like walls are shutting in on you or something.
Sure.
You know? But the good thing is, and I think you would agree with me, I think the good thing is that we all can vent to each other,
we can.
and we know where each other's coming from. We know that, you know, oh my gosh, you're just a terrible person. You know, we don't think that. We don't think that because we know how Summer really is, or you know how Lana or whoever it is, you know, really how they are. So when we vent to each other, you know, which Tamara and I have done that several times, you know, especially dealing with it personally. So when you're working in it and you're dealing with it personally,
like
it can be very overwhelming.
It can. And, you know, I'm grateful. My background isn't social work like a lot. I am a licensed counselor. So, I mean, I guess that I know little things to help in that. And then, of course, faith. I have faith. And, you know, God helps me through it all. But, you know, it does that.
It's a blessing and a curse.
It is.
Don't you think?
I agree.
Working in it, it's like a blessing that you know you're in the know.
Right.
But it's also a curse that you're in the know, because then when you're trying to talk to family members, because I can sit here and talk to somebody I don't know all day long.
Right.
But when you're talking to your own family member, that's a whole different ballgame.
It is. It really
You'll
is.
just put somebody else on that. Like, hey, you know what? Family.
I don't know.
Right. So that's when you can pass them. It's probably easier actually to handle your family members. Allow one of your teammates to help them instead of trying to. Maybe you'll do that. You switch out. Like, okay, your family, you'll work with someone else. So one of the things I want to talk about is the misconception that people have surrounding nursing homes and assisted living facilities, because it's not, like we said before break, it's not just somewhere that you're just going to stick someone and be like, okay, have fun, fill out the rest of your life. There are activities. There are fun things to do. I'm getting to go to Silver Lakes in Glencoe, and that's a home that you, in your county region. And there's going to be a really fun car show there on Saturday, and it's actually open to the public. And so our very own Kip Chappell is going to be doing a car show out there, and I get to be out there to visit, and I get to start it off with the national anthem, and I feel really honored for that. And so there's activities like that.
Yes, for sure.
I'm going to love being there. So
and it is fun, and that's you know, Silver Lakes. It's an assisted living and a specialty care, so it has memory care as well there in that facility. And I believe they have they've redone it. They've just they have some independent living apartments in that as well. So I mean, it's a little bit of everything, but it's really nice.
I'll get to learn more on Saturday.
For sure. They do a lot of things like that, like we were talking about in the break. I mean, people don't realize, I mean, the nursing homes and assisted livings are a lot different from back in the day.
Yeah, they're doing a grease performance. So it's like a car show and then a grease performance. Yeah, so it's going to be a super fun day.
And you know, the hearts of the people, not even ours, but like the hearts of the folks that work in these facilities, I mean, I can't attest for everybody, but from people that I see and work with a lot, and we have a banquet coming up and next month for the nursing assistants that work in these facilities, just because what they do. I mean, they have to have a heart to go in and do the job of caring for personal care for the
Summer too. She works very hard on that banquet.
Oh, let's show everybody the flyer. I think we have the info on that. There it is.
On that banquet, and it's to lift all those workers up and to recognize them. And I commend you for doing that.
Oh, well, thank you. We did it in 2019. It turned out fabulous. We started planning for 2020, and of course, COVID hit. So this is our first one since 2019.
Okay, getting it back on track.
Any nursing assistant in our region can use that QR code to register. It goes to a Google form. It's just a few quick questions. Name, add, you know, like email, and if you might have a +1, just so we know how much food to order.
Yeah, that's always nice to have a head count. And how many door prizes to get? Door prizes.
Yes, we're working off door prizes, and also the awards we had this year. We did something a little different. We had the facility send us like a nominee as a nursing assistant of the year.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to be given like a nursing assistant of the year and then 2 runner-up prizes of some sort.
That's awesome. Will you bring that Nursing Assistant of the Year on the program one day? How fun would that be?
Yes, if they will agree to it.
So we could honor them on here as well.
That would be great. Just like a segment or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because like I said, we do cover 10 counties, so it depends on where they're at.
We zoom them in. We'll figure it out.
Well, that would work too.
I mean, we always want them to be in house, but yeah, we want to give them a special honor, so we'd love to do that.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Of course.
And that would be a good honor for them and for the facility,
for their
administrators.
hard work.
Yeah, for sure. Because it is hard work. I mean, it's not a job I would do.
No.
Because
honestly,
everybody gets recognized. This is in everything, but especially I know in your work, everybody gets recognized for the bad things, but nobody gets recognized for the good things. And that's why I think it's so wonderful that Summer does that. When she finally decided to do this, I was like, oh my gosh, that is an excellent idea.
And there is so much good.
It is, and like I said, you hear a lot of negative, but it's not what we see. And we do have great relationships with the people at our facilities. They respect what we do. I mean, because a lot of times people are scared of the ombudsman. We're like, just for what we do and that we can, report to the state.
You're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, but really, I mean, it's taken some time since I came back on. It's been 6 years ago almost, that building that relationship and rapport, because we're all there for the good of the resident, period. We want what's best for them, they want what's best for them. So that's what we do. And we do advocate, in different ways as far as like with the resident, with the family members, for the resident. But we do even advocate through the law, like when there's different laws coming up, we will email our state representative, local representatives, things like that, just so that they can let them know on our behalf what our viewpoint on it. And that's part of what our requirements to do. So we do that as well.
So you're advocate for all, and you make sure that you are that voice for those who might not have a way to voice.
And that's what we do. And it's an honor, honestly, to be able to do that. It's not a job everybody has. There's not a whole lot of us in the state. I'd say maybe 25, something like that. So there's not a whole lot of us.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, say, for instance, if somebody wants to, and that's another misconception too. People think that people are just thrown in the nursing home and they're going to stay there until they pass away, and that's it. They're just going to lock the door and throw away the key. But that's not the case, because a lot of times it's a temporary thing because they get better or whatever, and then they want to transition back into the community. So if somebody goes in there, give us an example, like if I'll just say, say somebody had a wreck or something, and then they get better while they're in the nursing home and they want to transition back into that community. How and what can you offer and help them? How can you help them?
We market for the Gateway to Community Living program. I know I sent you a picture of that yesterday. And it is a Medicaid waiver program for the folks that are on Medicaid in the nursing homes. That it helps if they qualify of some sort. It's not really an approval process. There's a transition coordinator that goes out and does an interview process and then sends the information to the state, and they make that determination. But we market the program to go out and tell people about it, and it's for people in the facilities that are on Medicaid. So it's nursing homes only, because it's assisted livings and so forth. It's private pay, but they will move them home. Or to a home of their own, and I'll give you some examples of that in a second, with services, so that they're not just thrown out there and back. So it's to help just kind of ease them back out onto their own. It helps for people that need a house. It will help pay the deposit, first month's rent, utility deposits. It will help furnish the home with furniture and household goods, and of course there's limits. There's budget, but it does help that. And I did work for that program for a couple years when it first got implemented in 2018.
And you would
when
go
we
out
took
and
over.
shop for them and get their furniture and
I would
get
do all
them set
that.
up. They would, like she said, they had a budget to it.
You can do a lot of
part of it.
budget, though,
And
if
it's
you
only
start
a
with it.
one-time thing. You can't just keep.
No,
you know,
it's
Yeah.
it is a one-time thing. And if somebody wanted to go to their own home or move in with a family member or whatever, it would still provide things that they need. And if they needed a ramp built or doorways widened and things like that, it would help cover. There was another part of the program that would help that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did see on Facebook not too long ago someone was needing a ramp built, and you know what I put on that comment?
1-800
Call 1-800-AGE-LINE.
Right.
And that's how they can get to this program as well.
And it's only if they're in the facility going out, but there are other resources that I believe that they're, you know,
there's
even
resources.
what we have in our agency, the ADRC, when you call 1-800-AGE-LINE, those ladies have other resources for the community
And they
that we
train
may
people
not.
for everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, even if we have something there in-house that we may not be able to help with, they may have another resource. So that's a great thing.
And that's so amazing, and I want everybody to know, and Michael, again, we're trying to get this word out. We don't want it to be a kept secret, because there are resources available, and there are people who need those resources, and it can all be connected with that 1-800-AGE-LINE. Well, with that, we've got to take a quick break, but we have more to discuss, so stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell, the Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
From TV 24, partnered with the Anniston Star, I'm Lacey Klontz with your news update. 3 on a String will perform at Talladega's historic Ritz Theater tonight for a special fundraising concert for the United Way of North Talladega County. The show will begin at 7 o'clock p.m. and tickets may be purchased through the Ritz box office. Tickets are $35, with proceeds benefiting the United Way's 5th annual community bed build on Saturday, September 14th in the parking lot of the Chamber of Commerce at 8:30 a.m. Check-in and registration open at 8 o'clock a.m. Imagine a clothing emporium with collections of carefully used garments, some never worn at all, up for grabs for anyone who needs them. This is the organizational premise for the clothing giveaway sponsored each year by members of St. Simon Peter Episcopal Church in Pell City. This year's event will be held tomorrow, Saturday, August 24th. The entire parish hall will become a great big shopping area, set with tables of great things almost anyone could need for any season or size. And the best surprise of all, other than finding something you or a family member or friend could really use, is there is no cost. For more news stories like these, plus weather and sports, tune in tonight to the TV 24 News, proudly partnered with the Anniston Star. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Clontz.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine on your Friday morning, August the 20th. It's 8:18 in the morning. Let's do a little Friday dance.
Come on, son.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
Thank goodness. Yes, I'm ready.
Friday.
Yes.
So many things going on, and thank you so much for sharing the information with Ombudsman and all of the things that, again, that you and your team do, all through EARPDC and Alabama Cares and all of the resources and programs. One of the things that you said when we were on break with this gateway to community living, when someone leaves and you set them up, is they get to leave that facility and come home.
Right.
And what just a blessing that is to be able to do that, because when you're in a facility and then you have to try to figure out how to start over or how to start again. Yeah, it can be really scary. I can imagine. And so to be able to take that and to allow somebody to go in, to continue into a comfortable situation.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing.
And once they get moved out, of course, their Social Security check and everything will get turned back over to them. So then they're responsible for the bills after the initial setup.
Yeah. Do you help them with budgeting? Do you have any anybody? We need to get some volunteers to come in and help, like financial advisors or people who are really good at budgeting to go help, because your money can only go,
so far.
Stretch it
we
so
can
much.
Get those for all of our clients.
Ooh,
that would be
okay.
nice.
Who out there is listening that might want to do
my
some good?
Grandparents and that would be great.
Wouldn't that be great? Because that's important. Trying to figure out how to make a dollar stretch.
Volunteer, that would be.
Okay, financial advisors, if you're watching, give us a call. Can they call 1-800-AGE-LINE if they want to volunteer?
And ask to speak to a program supervisor. If they want to volunteer, that'd be great.
Do that. That would be. How amazing would that be? Wow,
we welcome all volunteers from helping us with paperwork, maybe making flyers, copying them, to just all sorts.
You need people in the facilities.
Yes,
too.
If there's any bingo calling opportunities, my husband is incredible at it. He would love that. That would be something he would go. He likes to call bingo. So
any facility, every facility, I think has bingo.
I wanna play bingo.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
And they do so much more. And it's amazing. I do follow. Not that I'm trying to be nosy, but I do follow some of our facilities, like on social media. I love to see the activities that they are involved in.
I don't think it's being nosy. I think it's being aware of what's going on at the facilities.
And it does give us an opportunity to maybe mention to another facility something that's going on, just to share the ideas.
Or to brag to ADSS in Montgomery to say, hey, look what one of my facilities is doing.
And there's a lot of great things that they do.
Yeah, again, the misconception is just that. Like,
it is.
A nursing home is not. It can be a fun place to be. I mean, I know it can be a scary transition and different, but it can be a good experience.
It's their home, and then some people want to be there, some people don't. And like I said, that's where the Gateway program comes in. And it's, like I said, not everybody would end up qualifying, but that's not our decision. All we can do is market for it.
Yeah, try to give that resource and go for it.
We're just the messenger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you work hard, again, to advocate for your patients.
And, and it's their right. If they want to, apply for this, it's their right as a resident to have that.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. And, that's something we just look for, that just their ability to make their own decisions with their care and everything. As long, if they're cognitively able to. And then, of course, there's some legal ramifications if they have guardian or power of attorney, depending on things. So, I mean, it can get complicated.
Because when people are in the nursing home, you got to think, too, they've given up their independence. They've given up a lot to be in that facility. So anything that they have as a right is very important.
Very important.
And that's what we do. We just want to make sure that they receive everything that they're entitled to, and deserve.
And they do.
So, yeah.
And knowing
team's
that they have
wonderful.
advocates out there, I was unaware of that, and so I mean that's such a great thing. And as a family member trying to make a decision on placing a loved one into a nursing home, there is that fear of that. Like I'm doing them I can't take care of them, but you know, like Ellen says a lot, like nobody can take care of my family member like I can.
Yeah.
But they can. And they can probably do it a little bit better. I know that's going to be a hard one. There's people who get paid.
In the morning.
Exactly. People who have been trained on it, and then they have advocates.
But do you, and I know some of the people in the audience may want to know, can you go into veteran homes? Do you do
We
that?
do. And I mentioned about that. We have one in our coverage area, so there's 4 in the state, I believe. They're building a new one, but the one in our area is Bill Nichols, and it's in Tallapoosa County in Alex City. So we do. They have their own ombudsman also, a military side of things that cover things.
That makes sense.
So, but we do our part. They do theirs.
So you do the state part where you go in to make sure they're meeting this and this,
For state
this, and this,
requirements.
and then the military probably is on the other side of it, of the other rights. So
And I
get
don't
that.
know everything on that end.
That would make sense.
And we do, like if people do call, we can tell them about facilities and, you know, give them information maybe for the area that they're looking for. Just maybe if, you know, give them information about the facilities. We don't tell them, you know, this facility's better than this one by any means. We don't do that, but we'll tell them information. This one has a locked dementia unit, or this one doesn't, or, you know, just the different things about
This
the
one has a
facility.
beauty shop. This one has an ice cream shop.
Right.
Ooh, I want the ice cream shop. So if someone is in that process of a loved one wanting to find the best opportunity for them, they can call 1-800-AGE-LINE for some guidance. Like, hey, I live in this area. What are my options as far as nursing homes? And you can oh, wow.
Because I mean, we, like none of us can say, like, just with my program, you know, when we have contracts with home health agencies that go into the home, we can't say, oh, I'd pick this one. You know, just like they can't say, oh, I'd pick that one. But you can give them, like you said, the options. Here, you live in Childersburg, here are your options. You know, you live in Center, here's your options. You know, that kind of thing.
That's wonderful. That's easier than a Google search, because sometimes that can get frustrating.
It can be overwhelming.
And it is out there on the Department of Public Health's website, and you can go in and look at their surveys, their past surveys, things like that. I mean, that's public information.
Yeah, but where do you start? Because if you don't know, you don't know. And so where do you start? Where do you get that? I stole that from you, by the way, Ellen, and I use it a lot. If you don't know, you don't know, right?
That's true. That's true.
And so that's so important to be able to have somebody who can help guide you. Hey, go check out this website, you know, and this will tell you, here's your options, and then this website will break it down for you and give you reviews and things like that.
Yes,
That's
so
wonderful.
you're not having to Google and being overwhelmed with
because you're already overwhelmed enough with trying to think, where am I going to put my loved one?
And that's a stressful time on anyone.
Sure.
Because they feel guilt for feeling like they're abandoning their loved one a lot of times.
But don't feel guilt.
No,
people.
not at all.
I tell my caregivers that sometimes you have to put someone in a full care facility because you're not Superwoman, you're not Superman, and it's okay, and you can go visit them.
Oh, yeah.
And volunteer, and you might even meet some more cool people. I remember I had a grandparent who was in a assisted living facility, and I would go and I would take my guitar and I would play for all the residents. And,
it
was so much fun. So I got to see my grandparent, but then also got to like meet new people.
People don't realize, and I'm sure you see this a lot too, like husbands that have their wives there. I have one little gentleman that's in Chambers County that does this, and he goes and he still has dinner with his wife every night. And I mean, it's not that you can't go and spend I mean, you can still go and spend like half a day with them if you want to.
Absolutely.
That's their right. You know, they live there. But it's okay, and you got to think about safety of that person and safety for yourself and your health and those kind of things. And so that's why it's very important that they know really what a nursing home is and that there's people like you in there that are there to oversee things.
I love it. I love knowing that.
Yeah. So it's a great program, and I didn't know what it was. I was a therapist in a nursing home, mental health therapist in a nursing home, and I saw the advertisement for a job, and I was like, what is that? And I looked and I was like, I love that, because being in what I was doing, I was like, being an advocate for these folks, I would love that. And so here I am.
And you've loved it for many years now.
I have.
Where do you see your future going with this program?
Well, I hope to retire. I mean, with East Alabama, you know, that's
the plan.
That's my plan.
Bad gig.
No, it's not at all. I mean, I love it. I love what we do. I love what our aging program, like what we stand for and all the programs we have and how we help folks. And I think that's just, you got to have a heart for it. And I believe we all do that work.
You have to be passionate about it for sure to be in this.
You do. I mean, and it is tough sometimes, but I think the rewards kind of outweigh.
Just makes us stronger and we gain more knowledge.
Absolutely,
through it, right?
absolutely.
And then you can pass that along to others, and so it's beautiful. And I have met so many great people. I agree. Like, your team is just so amazing. So thanks for all of your hard work, for all that work with these. EARPDC and Alabama Cares and Ombudsman Program and all the other resources. So.
And I will say, and I do want to do a shout out, like I said, my team, I have 3 ladies that work with me. There's no way I'd do it without them. Like, they are the boots on the ground. They are the boots on the ground, and they deserve. I mean,
Tamara, Melinda, and the other Summer.
Yeah, there's 2 Summers. Me and the other Summer, and Tamara and Melinda. Yeah, they're great.
Yes, thank you. Well, we want to leave you with a reminder of the phone number. 1-800-AGE-LINE.
Yes.
If there's any information that you would like to get to more questions or more information that you would like, please use that phone number. And you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to go through this alone. If you have an aging relative that you want to help but you don't know where to get started, that's the perfect place to do so, is 1-800-AGE-LINE, because it can be overwhelming, it can be scary, and these ladies and all of that team understand that, and they're there to help you. And that's a beautiful thing. And so thank y'all so much for all you do for the communities and the 10 counties surrounding. So I mean, there's a lot of people that you help, and so thank you.
We try.
We try. Yeah, we do.
Well, you do a great job. So share this information with someone. Share this video. If you're watching it on television, go to our Facebook page and share it, or tell people about it, and make sure to share that phone number with those. So if you're talking to someone and they're like, oh, I have this situation, tell them to call 1-800-AGE-LINE. That's the perfect place to get started. So with that, do you have anything to leave our viewers with?
Just the nursing assistant banquet. Just if you're a nursing assistant and you're interested, just you can find that flyer on our EARPDC Facebook page.
Yes, and we'll attach that to ours too.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, well, with that, we're going to wish you a wonderful rest of your weekend, and thank you for Ellen and Summer for visiting us this morning and the great information. So we'll see you back here Monday morning on Rise and Shine. Again, have a great weekend. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marquita Mansfield, and welcome to